It had been 6 months since Sarah died. 6 months of emptiness, 6 months of silence in a house that once echoed with laughter. I had tried everything to move on, buried myself in work, stayed out late, avoided the house. But at the end of the day, I always found myself sitting in the same spot on the couch, staring at the last picture we took together. That night was no different. The clock read 2:13 a.m. I was dozing off in the dim glow of the TV when my phone buzzed on the table. I almost ignored it. Who would call this late? But then I saw the name on the screen. Sarah. My breath hitched, my stomach twisted. My wife's name. The wife who had been dead for 6 months. It had to be a mistake, a glitch, some cruel joke. But as my shaking hands reached for the phone, the ringing stopped. I stared at the screen, my heartbeat slamming against my ribs. One missed call. A cold sweat prickled my skin. I checked the call log, expecting it to be some error. But no, there it was, clear as day. Incoming call. Sarah, 2:13 a.m. I didn't sleep that night. I convinced myself it was some prank, maybe a scam. But deep down, something felt wrong. The next night, it happened again. Incoming call. Sarah, 2:13 a.m. This time, I let it ring, frozen in place. The sound filled the room, piercing through the silence like a siren. My mind screamed at me to ignore it, to throw the phone away, to do anything but answer. But my heart needed to hear her voice again. With a deep breath, I picked up. For a moment, there was only silence. No breathing, no static, just an empty, hollow void. Then a whisper, so faint I almost thought I imagined it. David. My blood ran cold, my hands trembled. Sarah, I whispered back. David, why did you leave me? The words sent a deep, gut-wrenching fear through me. I didn't leave you, I stammered. You're gone, Sarah. Silence. A long, unbearable silence. Then something shifted. A faint, muffled sound, like water sloshing, like earth moving. I'm so cold, David. So dark. I don't know where I am. Why did you leave me? I shot up from the couch, my body drenched in sweat. This wasn't real. It couldn't be. Sarah, where are you? I choked out, and then her voice changed. The whisper became distorted, warped. You don't remember, do you? A shiver ran down my spine. Remember what? My mind raced. She died in a car accident, didn't she? My breath grew shallow, my vision blurred. Why did she keep saying I left her? Sarah, I don't understand. The muffled noises grew louder, dirt shifting, something heavy being dragged, and then she whispered something that made my heart stop. David, check the backyard. The call cut out. The room plunged into silence. I stared at the phone, my pulse hammering in my ears. Number, it's a coincidence, a dream, a hallucination. But my body moved on its own. Step by step, I walked to the back door, my hand trembling as I turned the knob. The yard was silent, too silent. No wind, no crickets, nothing. Just the oppressive weight of the night. Then I saw it, a patch of freshly disturbed earth near the old oak tree. My breath caught in my throat. My mind screamed at me to run, but something inside me, some horrible, sickening dread, knew the truth before I even touched the dirt. I dropped to my knees, my hands shaking as I started to dig. Faster, desperate, frantic. The soil was loose, as if someone had already been here before me, and then my fingers brushed against something cold. A hand, a rotting, decayed hand. And on its finger, Sarah's wedding ring. I staggered back, my chest heaving. No, no, no. Memories flooded back. The argument, the screaming, the push, the way she fell, the sickening crack of her skull against the stone. I didn't lose Sarah in a car accident. I buried her here. The phone buzzed in my pocket. Incoming call, Sarah, 2:13 a.m. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. The phone rang once, twice, and then from behind me. A whisper. You remember now, don't you? If you enjoyed this chilling tale, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more terrifying stories. And tell me in the comments, what would you do if you got a call from someone who was supposed to be dead? I'll be reading your responses, if I dare.